I did read that you said once yourself that you weren't great at auditioning. What?
It's by nature a flawed process. I mean, there's no version of walking into an empty room that's either anywhere on the spectrum from cold to actively hostile, and being good, and being unaffected by that. It's just hard. I mean, it's a busted process, but it's the only one we got.
Do you remember a particular one where you just bombed it?
I had a lot of like pilots like that where I'd finally get to the room and then go like, or a movie where I'd get down to the very end and not get it. And it's devastating because you get good feedback all the way up until the part where they're like, not you.
Right.
On audition 5, 6, and 7 of Mad Men, where I'm just like, okay, I don't know how much more I can do of this. Like, I've done every word in the pilot, so at a certain point, I'm just repeating myself. But
well, tell me about that, because I read a few interviews with Matthew Weiner and learned about his side of that audition,
right,
and how he was really pulling for you and felt like he knew something about you from the first time. But you never had that knowledge.
Well,
right?
I mean, I did and I didn't. I mean, I knew that they were interested in me at a certain point, just from the feedback my agents and people were getting, and also just from being in the room and like being in the room a long time and like working out a lot of things with both Matthew and the director of the pilot, Alan Taylor.
Well, I think that what he did was very smart, which is he didn't pick a movie star. He didn't pick someone that we already had a knowledge of, because the very character of Don Draper, he makes up his own past and comes in, and he has to be a bit of a mystery, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. That's all laid out in the pilot. I mean, we don't see the extent to which this Don Draper is a creation, but we certainly get a pretty good taste of it when we see his relationship with Midge, and then of course him going home at the end of the pilot to his family, which we are completely thrown by the end of the pilot. And then as we're parsing out more and more information throughout that first season, it's very off-putting, and I think that it's believable on me because there isn't, as you say, this persona that gets in the way.